for you, just building out the momentum that you had in college? How much does that even add that excitement to try to come in as a rookie, see what you can accomplish, and just to kind of get started on that next level of your career?
Yeah, I just want
Ladies and gentlemen,
to prove that I'm the
there's
best.
about 7 minutes remaining on the football field.
I want to keep on doing that at the next level.
7 minutes. For those members of the media, there's about 7 minutes remaining on the football field.
Even sometimes, even Packers fans, different people like that. I'm from Green Bay. I cover the team here. People have talked about you like, hey, they'd love to have a guy like that. Have you watched much of the Packers before at all, and just familiar with the team?
Oh yeah, I've been recently training with Rashawn Gary, so that was pretty cool. I've been training with him in Dallas, and then I like watching some of Kenny Clark's tape. He's a really good player inside, a lot of experience, veteran.
What has Rashawn maybe told you about what's it like being here? Because obviously he's had a lot of success over his career here.
Yeah, no, he loves it. The game days are different, he says, and he just loves playing in this atmosphere and just being around. It's almost like a college town feel, honestly.
Good luck to you.
Yeah, thanks.
So, are you relieved that this process is finally almost over and you're going to know where you're going to be playing your football for, at minimum, the next 4 years?
Yeah, it's been a long process, just flying all over the country, and then a lot of things you have to do in this process, but it's all part of it. And I'm just ready for tomorrow and to be where I'm at, and end all the talking and just keep on just going to the team and work.
So I kind of wanted to expand a little bit on the talking. Obviously, the draft process from the time the college football season ends to now, there's a lot of time to dive into the tape. People plant their flags on certain prospects, and you've been pretty much like a top 5 guy this whole time from a media perspective, but then it's almost like people start overanalyzing, nitpicking, and all that stuff. Do you see that, or do you just try to block that stuff out?
I don't really see it. I just kind of, I know what type of player I am, and that doesn't, people saying what they say doesn't change the way I play. So, I know what type of player I am, and yeah.
How does, playing at Michigan in that in that defense, obviously when Harbaugh was there and then you transitioned to your new coach, and how has that prepared you for this next level?
I feel like it's prepared me the best. I feel, all of my DCs, were in the NFL or are in the NFL now. So, I had Mike McDonald, he recruited me. He's the head coach of the Seahawks now, and then Jesse Minter, he was my defensive coordinator too. Now he's the defensive coordinator of the Chargers, and then Wink Martindale came from the Giants to Michigan. So I've been blessed to be coached by a lot of great coaches, and hear a lot of stuff they have to say and their angles and views of both sides.
I personally believe you're a top 5 prospect, but let's say the 49ers get lucky sitting there at 11. I don't think it's going to happen, but let's say it does. Have the 49ers shown any interest in you at all in this process? Have they reached out? Has there been any type of contact with
I haven't met with them at all. So you never know.
You never know. Well, I appreciate it.
Yeah, thank you.